Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss another video of Bhakti Charu Swami.
One very rich man came to Jagannath Puri. And he was very proud of his wealth. So he told the pujari that I want to offer prasad, bhog for Lord Jagannath. And here is 1 lakh rupees. And use this for offering Jagannath Prasad. So those days 1 lakh rupees was a lot of money. Like for example, those days milk cost 3 paisa a liter. Rice cost 4 paisa a kilo. It was something like that. So the pujari became very worried how he is going to offer, how he is going to use 1 lakh rupees, which is probably the whole year's supply of prasad for Lord Jagannath. But at the same time, this person was very proud, so he thought that I will show my wealth to the pujari, and I'll give 1 lakh rupees, and let's see how he can utilize that for offering prasad to Jagannath. And the pujari was confused what to do. Like, Jagannath, how can I use this 1 lakh for 1 day's 1 prasad offering? So he was very confused and worried, like he was thinking that, like, it's something like this man, in front of this man, Jagannath is going to be defeated. Jagannath's pujaris are going to become defeated. So with this thought weighing very heavily in his mind, he went to sleep. And Jagannath appeared to him in a dream and told him that this person wants to offer me some bhoga. So you do one thing, tell him that he'll have to just offer me 1 pan. You know what pan is? Betel leaf, pan leaf with betel nut and other spices, other ingredients there. Just offer him, ask him to give me a pan. And instead of lime, chuna, you see in a pan they put chuna, like edible lime. When the lime is burnt out, they first burn the lime, and then it becomes a white substance, and they put water in it, and then they smear it on the pan. So that's the custom. And instead of lime, that pan has to be made with the powder of gajamoti. Gajamoti, moti means a jewel. And Gaja means an elephant. The jewel that is found on the head of an elephant. It's a very, very rare substance. So the pujari went to that proud, wealthy person and said, yes, Jagannath said that he will accept only just 1 pan from you. He said, 1 pan only? And yes, And in that pan you have to put gajamati powder instead of lime, chuna. And that person became so embarrassed totally embarrassed with a bending head, he just left that place. So, well, all the wealth from 11 devotees from UK can make one offering to Lord Jagannath. Yesterday I told you one story of, remember, the king of Jagannath Puri was supposed to marry the daughter of the king, Rajkumari, the princess of Kanchi. So I didn't tell the story in detail, in short I told the story. Should I say it in detail? So the name of the king was Purushottam Dev. He was a very great devotee of the Lord. And while traveling, the kings used to visit other kings, and so he traveled to Kanchi. Kanchi is in South India. And he was the guest of the king, and the king had a beautiful daughter, Padmavati. So, and Purushottam Dev was also a young man. So they became attracted to each other and they fell in love. And the king of Kanchi, when he got to know about that, and he considered, Purushottam Dev is a very pious king. Orissa is a very opulent state. So good, let my daughter get married to him. And then Purushottam Dev left, and the king, he came back to Puri, Cuttack, and that was the capital those days, not very far from here. But king used to come often for darshan of Lord Jagannath, serving Lord Jagannath. So the king then sent his minister with a formal proposal that he wants his daughter to get married to him. And the minister was received with a lot of honor and respect. And the proposal was made. The king was very happy. He said, yes, sure, I'll accept. And he asked the minister to stay for a little longer because soon there is going to be the chariot festival. So the king, before the chariot festival, was when Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra and Sudarshan Dev came from the temple onto the chariot. The king, the great love, he was sweeping the street. And when the minister saw the king sweeping the street, he felt that That is not right. This is the business of a low-class person, low-class chandal. So, being a king, he is behaving like a chandal. So he immediately left the place and went back to Kanchi and reported to the king that this is his activity. Obviously, they didn't know the glory of the Lord Jagannath. So the king also was very upset. He said, no, I'm not going to get my daughter married to that chandal. So the king wrote a letter and sent it to Purushottam Dev that this arrangement is cancelled. And the king arranged that his daughter should get married to someone else. He didn't select, but he left it up to the queen the princess to select Swayamvara. And when King Purushottam Dev got the news, he got very upset that he insulted me in this way. And so he sent a letter, okay, get ready for a battle. And now when King Purushottam Dev arranged for his army just to start, there was a big fire on the barrack where all the armies, where all the soldiers were staying, where all the soldiers were stationed. And that was a setback, and he felt, my God, like, just, it's such a bad omen. And my army will get so discouraged, disheartened, demoralized. As it is, Kanchi king is more powerful than me. And so he was wondering that way. Then the king from Kanchi sent a condition that if you lose the battle, then he was actually a worshipper of Ganesh, the king of Kanchi. He was a worshipper of Ganesh. So he said that if you lose, then I will bring your Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra in the Ganapati temple, and they'll be placed behind Ganesh. And if you win, then you can take Ganesh to your kingdom. So king felt that I have to challenge this insult. I have to retaliate this insult. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra behind Ganesh. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is going to be behind a mere demigod? No way. I'll rather give my life than tolerate this insult. And so he arranged for his soldier. That night he had a dream. Jagannath said, Krishna and Balaram, Jagannath and Balaram came to him. Said, don't worry, I will side with you in this battle. Go ahead. So being inspired by the Lord and being confident that, oh, if the Lord is with me, then no one can defeat me. The victory is mine. So he gathered his army and set out. And when on the way there is a lake called Chilka. When he came near there, one old Gwalini, cowherd woman, stopped the king. He said, you know, two of your soldiers came here. One was riding on a black horse and the other one was riding on a white horse. They looked quite tired, so they took a bath in the lake here, and at that time, and then they saw me, and this came to me and said, look, we are very tired and thirsty. So what are you carrying? I'm carrying some chas, buttermilk and matta. So, oh, we are very thirsty. So give us some matta. And two of them drank the whole pot. And then when I asked them to pay me, they said, look, we are just soldiers. We are going to fight the battle. We are not carrying any money with us. But our king is going to come soon with the army. So he will pay you. So that milkmaid said, no. What is the guarantee that he is going to pay? You have drank my whole matta, which was my whole day's income. I was going to go to the market and you drank the whole buttermilk and you don't want to pay me now? My whole family will starve. So when I appealed in that way, then the dark-colored one, he got down from his horse and he gave his ring to me. He said, okay, you keep this ring. And when the king comes, you tell him that I drank your buttermilk and we didn't have any money to pay you, so the king should pay you. And here is the token that the king will recognize this ring. So she was a little bit consoled. Okay, fine, maybe he will pay. And then they rode away. So then the king came with his whole army and she approached the king. Look, two of your soldiers came and drank all my milk. Didn't pay any money. So they said that he will pay. And in order to prove that this is true, he gave me this ring. So this is two soldiers before me. So, and then he saw that ring was the ring of Jagannath. with the most valuable diamond on it. So the king recognized that, so that means Jagannath and Baladev, Krishna and Balaram already preceded us, and they are going to fight the battle for us. So the king not only gave that lady, the milkmaid, the price, they gave the whole village to her as the price. So she became a rich landlady of that part of that kingdom. And then the battle was fought, and everyone was surprised to see that these two soldiers, one on a black horse and the other on a white horse, they are fighting in such a way that there was no way that anybody could stand in front of them. So this is how the king of Kanchi was defeated. So generally when the king is defeated, he is arrested and taken as a prisoner. So Purushottam Dev, as a retaliation of the insult, decided that he wouldn't arrest the king, but he will arrest the princess, take her as a captive. And he took the Ganapati deity from there, and that Ganapati deity is there in Jagannath temple still now. He just established a temple of Ganesh, and he is being worshipped. And as a retaliation for the insult, he decided that he will get the princess married to a Chandal. So the minister was very intelligent. So he told the king that, we have to find, until we find a suitable Chandal, let the princess be in my home. So he kept the princess in her home. And time went by. The time came for Jagannath's Rath Jatra, and on that day he told the princess Padmavati that today you will get married. We found a suitable candidate for you. So, and she was so heartbroken, she just started to cry. And anyway, the ladies dressed her up nicely, and then the minister brought Padmavati when King Purushottam Dev was sweeping the street. And he declared, minister declared, I found a suitable match, suitable Chandal candidate for the princess Padmavati. The king said, okay, so get her married. I'm too busy today, it's just chariot festival. The minister said, no. That candidate is yours. See, the best Chandal candidate. So this is how, by the arrangement of that intelligent minister, Padmavati got married to King Purushottam Dev. Very beautiful. I mean, Jagannath's pastimes are so wonderful. And these are all facts. These are all factual. So, there are many wonderful devotees of Lord Jagannath who graced this holy dham. One such person was a Muslim. His name was Salabega. Salabega's father was the Jagirdar, the Subedar, the general of the army. Or previously he was actually from Bihar. He was the Subedar of Bihar. They are actually from Afghanistan, these warriors. They are known as Pathan. Afghans, those days were known as Pathan. And so this Subedar, when he was passing by one village called, anyway, I forgot the name of the village. Anyway, he saw a widow, young Brahmana widow girl, very, very beautiful, was taking bath in a pond. So he abducted her. And he went to the capital, Cuttack. That part of Orissa was under Muslim rule. And he got married to her. And they had a son. And the name of the boy was Salabega. His name was Lal Beg, and his son named his son as Salabega. And he was trained up to be a warrior, a soldier, naturally. And when he was a young man, he was fight in a battle. He got very badly injured. He was practically dead, almost dead. Anyway, he was brought back to Cuttack, and he was in a very, very bad condition. All kinds of wound all over the body, and he was suffering terribly. And then Lal Beg, also the father, left the mother and son behind and left. Went back to Bihar. And so the mother and son, wounded son, were just left alone. The mother was treating the boy, and the son was suffering so much that the son decided to give up his life because this pain was too unbearable. So he told his mother, I can't tolerate this pain anymore, so I better give up my body. that will be a relief. Then mother said that you are my only shelter. Now, if you give up this body, you give up your body, then what will be the use of me being alive? You are my only support, only attachment, only shelter. And the son said, I can't tolerate anymore. So the mother said, there is a cure that I can think of, but will you do that? He said, I am prepared to do anything. And so this is how the mother actually convinced him that what she would suggest, he would do that. And then he asked, tell me what it is, what I have to do. And then his mother said that you become a devotee of Krishna. And he will take care of you. Because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is everyone's shelter. And he can do anything. So consider that this is the only hope for your cure. He said, who is Krishna? I don't know him at all. So that then the mother started to explain who Krishna is. He is the son of a king called Nanda Maharaj. He resides in Vrindavan. He is the most beautiful personality. His bodily complexion is like Indra Nilamani, like blue, priceless blue gem. And she kept on telling him about who is Krishna, what he does. He lives in Vrindavan, told about Radharani, told about gopis, and Salabega said, Mother, if you want me to offer myself to him, yes, I'll do that. Instead of getting rid of this body, better I offer this body to him. And hopefully he will relieve me from this pain as you are suggesting. So the mother said, yes, so you pray to him for his mercy. And as you said, like, offer yourself to him, because that's the ultimate goal of life. When you offer yourself to him, then you get your eternal life. You conquer death and achieve immortality. So, then Salabega, that night he was so feeling such pain, and he was thinking that nothing is going to work. Like, maybe I'll just give up my body the next morning. Thinking that, he fell asleep. And then in his dream, he saw a personality who was extremely beautiful. There was brilliant light coming out of his body. And his blue body is like a gem. Like the light is, just as light comes out from a gem, the light was coming out from his body. And he came to him and rubbed his body as if it's something. And in the morning when he woke up, he found that all his wound was gone. And he was completely cured. And not only cured, as if he got a new life. Now he felt that his life is so full of vitality, so full of energy. And so he told his mother, and he said that, "Mother, I must go to Vrindavan, where Krishna lives. I must go and see him." Mother said, "Yes, son, go there." So then Salabega came to Vrindavan. And he lived for 1 year in Vrindavan. And he became a great poet. He was glorifying the Lord in the most beautiful way. And his poetries in glorification of Lord Jagannath and Krishna is most beautiful prayers. And then the Lord instructed him that Jagannath Puri and Vrindavan, my abode, is non-different. Just as I am here, I am there. Just as this is my land, that is my land. So you go back there because your mother is feeling lonely. So then Salabega came back. And when he came, one amazing thing happened. From Gundicha temple, Jagannath came to Balgandi, and Jagannath refused to move. So nobody could actually move the chariot. So it often happens. Like, not only men start to pull, but even elephants are yoked into the chariot and they can't move the chariot. So it is at that time that Salabega just arrived there. Jagannath was standing there for a long time. Jagannath wouldn't move. But Salabega came and offered his pranam to Lord Jagannath, offered his prayers to Lord Jagannath, and then Jagannath started to move. The news spread that Jagannath stopped there to see, waiting for Salabega to come back. Because once Jagannath went to the temple, then Salabega as a Muslim couldn't go in to the temple. So to give his darshan and to see Salabega, Jagannath stayed there, standing there on his chariot. And the news spread and thousands of people came to see Salabega for his devotion. So this is how we can see that Jagannath is not only the worshipable Lord of the Hindus, even the Muslims were accepted as his devotee. And Salabega from then on, he just stayed in that area. He stayed by Balgandi, that place is still there, where he used to live. And he had some beautiful prayers. And so this is how we get to know about so many such wonderful devotees. Another such devotee was Vishnu Priya. She was the daughter of the king of Jaipur. King of Jaipur was invited by the king of Jagannath Puri. And the queen was so touched, so moved by seeing Lord Jagannath and his worship, and she wished that she could get a daughter who would be dear to him and be a great devotee of him. So when the daughter was born, after Jagannath's consort, the queen named her Vishnu Priya. Vishnu Priya grew up, and her mother became very, very sick. And Vishnu Priya was spending all her time with her mother. And all these doctors came treating, but she was not getting cured. Her condition started to deteriorate. And naturally the king and Vishnu Priya, the princess, and everyone there became very, very concerned. Then one day, while Vishnu Priya was sitting by her mother, she heard someone singing very beautifully. She became so attracted to the singing, she sent one of her attendants to go find out who that is. So the attendant then came back and said that he is a sannyasi from Jagannath Puri. And it seemed that he knew about your mother's sickness, and he gave me some prasad and said, take this prasad and give it to her. This is the mercy of Lord Jagannath, and by Jagannath's mercy she will get cured. So she brought the prasad, and very respectfully the mother took the prasad, and there was a remarkable change in her. Like it seemed that she was getting better. And then gradually she became completely cured. So that, and she remembered that how she went to Jagannath Puri and how she became attracted to Lord Jagannath, and how she prayed to Lord Jagannath that she can get a daughter like his consort, Lakshmi Devi. And so she told all that happenings to her daughter, Vishnu Priya. And just by hearing from her mother, she became so attached to Lord Jagannath. And then at one point some Panda from Jagannath Puri came to the king, I think carrying some message from the king of Orissa. And when he was leaving, different people were giving different gifts to him. And Vishnupriya was thinking that I also want to give some gift to Lord Jagannath. But what can I give? Lakshmi Devi is his eternal consort, so he has all the wealth. He has everything, but what can I offer? Maybe the only thing that I can offer is my own heart. Thinking that, she took a piece of tree bark called Bhurjapatra. Those days, there was no paper. They used to write on tree bark or tree leaf, like palm leaves. And so, thinking, she took that palm leaf, not palm leaf, bhurja leaf, they're very thin leaf. And on that, she wrote that she is offering, that she has nothing to offer that can be of any value, because Jagannath already has everything. When Lakshmi Devi is his consort, eternal consort, like what else he may lack? So the only thing that she could offer is her heart. And she begged, please accept it, please accept me. So saying that, she wrote that in a piece of leaf. She put it in a basket and gave it to the panda to carry. So the panda left Jaipur, and on the way he thought, let's see what the Rajkumari has given to Lord Jagannath. He thought that it must be some very, very valuable jewels and things. But when he opened the basket, one box sort of, to his great disappointment, he saw that just one piece of Bhurjapatra. And he felt, what's the point in carrying this to Jagannath? I thought there would be some diamond and sapphire. I see just one piece of paper. He said, who is going to carry that? Threw it away. So he reached Puri, and when he fell asleep, he saw Lord Jagannath came to him in a rather angry mood. You, whatever was given to you, you carried it very carefully. But what was given to me, you just threw it away. That was the most precious thing. It's priceless. And you are such a fool that you didn't recognize its value. And you threw it away. Anyway, when you threw it away, I personally collected. And tomorrow morning you will see that piece of paper is stuck on my chest because it's so dear to me. So next morning when the temple opened, the pujari, the panda, went there, and to his great surprise, he saw that piece of Bhurja Patra is sticking to Jagannath's chest. And he was feeling so guilty. So head Pujari also was surprised that how come this came? Like with all these valuable necklaces and jewels and gems, like how come this piece of leaf is sticking there? So when the head Pujari was wondering what that was, this Panda went and told him what actually happened. So this is how Vishnu Priya was recognized. Vishnu Priya's devotion became known to everybody, and how Jagannath reciprocated to her. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai